Showing anime to someone who's new to anime is like bringing your creepy uncle to Chuck E. Cheese. You sit there the whole time wondering how they're gonna react. You get questions like, why do they keep making these weird noises? I don't know, uncle, stay out of the ball pit, okay? In all seriousness, it's nerve-wracking because if you've been watching anime for a while, you kind of forget how disconnected the medium is from reality. People don't go, so good in real life. So sitting down the boyfriend or girlfriend or mom or both to watch anime for the first time is kind of hard. But luckily, there arise some anime that utilize the medium to its fullest. Live action movies are limited by budget constraints, but animations can capture the very extent of your imagination for a much lower price. Some stories are infinitely more enjoyable because of the lack of limits and massive space for creativity. We've been able to watch catgirls get fucked by octopi, yes, but we were also gifted with Redline, which I think has a little something for everyone. My name's Scamboli, and I'll be your tour guide through one of the best animated movies I've seen in a long time, Redline. Redline is the most popular racing event in the universe that only happens once every 5 years. JP is one of the racers involved alongside a diverse cast of aliens and big titty GFs. The main character's deal is he and his friend are caught up with the mafia into fixing races. JP, however, doesn't give a fuck. Redline doesn't pretend to be anything it ain't, it's just an extremely fun and amusing ride. I have zero interest in racing, but each racing scene demands your attention with these creative-ass driving sequences that just suck you in. By the time the final race concluded, my butthole was puckered like that Chowder episode because I was so unbelievably invested. I really struggle to find the right words to tell you that this is an exciting fucking movie. Each car is customized by futuristic aliens, so you never know what's gonna happen or who's gonna do what. You can have some dudes dig underground, or this chick drive through water, and all sorts of stuff. And since the world is so crazy, there's all sorts of obstacles on this planet that add yet another curveball in front of the racers. Despite the races being flashy, badass, testosterone-filled man battles, for the females too, the main story is entertaining too. The comedy part's pretty good when it wants to be, and I enjoyed being able to make my own assumptions and connections about the story. In closing, Redline has a refreshing and fun story that you don't really have to think about. The races are sick as fuck, and despite there only being 2 of them, I was thoroughly entertained throughout the duration of the movie. As long as you're not looking for anything complicated, maybe you enjoy action stuff, the story's absolutely up your alley. Fun fact, did you know that babies are born without kneecaps? Disgusting, absolutely disgusting, fleshy, yucky, slimy. Okay, that's kind of cute. I'm still a dog person though. Every character aside from maybe the bad guys are super animated and interesting. It really felt like actual people instead of how Japanese writers think teenagers think people act. JP is a chill pompadour dude who's constantly down on his luck, definitely the kind of main character you want to see win. But what really sticks out to me are the side characters. The one-time encounter with a random shopkeeper, the townsfolk crammed into a crowded gambling center, they all culminate into this incredibly lively and convincing world. And this is a big part of what separates Redline from standard anime. It feels convincing. This made moments where JP is just dicking around interesting. I'm invested not only where the story takes him, but the world as well. This makes for a really newbie-friendly anime, where chances are, whoever you're showing this to will be just as intrigued as you. Redline was hand-drawn over the course of 7 years, and it really paid off. The movie has a more Western style, kind of making you forget it's a Japanese anime. The driving sequences are super crisp and inventive, making each scene a lot of fun. And with all the crazy-ass aliens and special effects, this is a story that definitely gains a lot from being animated. The character design is refreshing as fuck, which was absolutely necessary to create such a dynamic universe. Nowadays, it seems like every anime character is based on a template where you kind of change the hair a little bit, maybe the head size, and voila. Redline though, nani the fuck do you mean you can put shadows on the face and give them noses? You mean we can make original characters? It's a shame more anime don't try to actually draw people. It's a really pretty anime with some gorgeous moments. I honestly can't say the music left that big an impression on me, which is to be expected of something race related. They all kind of use that high energy techno shit. But while a majority of the music wasn't sonically pleasing to me, there's 42 tracks up in this bitch, just 24 minutes shy of the movie's entire runtime. I didn't notice until I started writing, but there's a lot of songs made for super specific scenes that are never used again. It pays off because the music always reflects a mood or emotion the anime is trying to convey. And although seldom, there were a couple songs that caught my ear, like the one you're listening to right now. So most of this shit doesn't sound good to me, but in my head it seemed like it was necessary for the ambience of the movie. Here's something I gotta mention. The dub is great. If English is your first language, you gotta be watching the dub. There's just dimes you're not getting in other languages.
Now we're even, you cocksucker!
Hearing him cuss in English is pretty sick, and it wouldn't be the same to hear him say, "Fuck you, asshole." Everyone's performance is pretty good, and I didn't cringe at all. Aside from this one issue. I hate this voice that Liam O'Brien does. He's a legend. He voices Gaara and a bunch of Bleach characters. He's a legend, but I can't stand that goddamn voice he does. Sand coffin. It's so... When I was 12, running around with a gray hoodie thinking I was an assassin, that's how I wanted to sound. It's not any better in this movie. He tries to do a southern accent, but he doesn't fully commit, so you don't realize he's doing an accent till halfway through the movie, and he starts every sentence off with this fucking, well, it's high noon.
Nah, after you. Racers and mechanics always have. You knew what you were getting into, buddy. Now you're off the hook with your...
That type of thing, and it just bothers me. Just say your fucking sentences, man. You don't need to sound cool every time. You don't need to go, eh. But yeah, the dub was great. The vocal performances across the board were pretty good. That makes watching it with people perfect. Cars is the apotheosis of meticulously plotted spiritual subtext, racial commentary, and existentialism. The argument of whether or not Thunder should be able to say Kachiga with a soft R still remains under heated dispute years after. Oh, Redline. Redline is cool because you'll know within the first 8-ish minutes if it's for you. Even if you don't think you'll like it, just give the first 8 to 10 minutes a try. If you're a fan of Space Dandy, I think this is kind of mandatory to watch because I'm 1000% positive this is just Dandy in another universe. You got similar aliens, the Pomp, the Gogol Empire. Anyway, I think this is a really good movie to watch by yourself, or with the bros, or perhaps even with your girlfriend, which you don't have. She might hate it though. So next week I'll be talking about this one. That's right, female viewers, I got a little something for both of us. Sit back, relax, and get ready. If I end up actually reviewing it, that is. Oh shit, okay, I forgot I was supposed to do this. I'm not talking off a script right now. I got a Discord. You can join the Discord, it's fucking weird. Shout out to the patrons of this month. Yeah.